Good morning, students. Good morning. So in last class, DNA, 12th biology, molecular basis of inheritance, 6th chapter. Then what is meant by DNA? DNA present in where and inside the nucleus and inside the chromatin reticulum. All these ideas we seen already are studied. Then now nucleotide and all the things we have studied. Then now packaging of DNA helix. Normally DNA is identified or discovered by Watson and Crick, we know. James Watson and Francis Crick with the use of X-ray diffraction method by Maurice Wilkins and Rosalind Franklin. So how DNA is packaged? Normally we know the DNA is a long polynucleotide chain. Long polynucleotide chain, two polynucleotide chain are arranged in anti-parallel direction with 36° from each base pairs and rotating around 360 degree once and in a right-handed direction, we know. In a last class we have studied. And how the DNA is packaged? It's a long polymer. It's actually it's around more than the nucleus. If you are separating and the DNA means is more than the nucleus, the distance. So how the particular DNA is packaged inside the nucleus? Okay, that is the packaging of DNA. Normally DNA we know that is a double helical structure of DNA in a human being. Normally DNA contain adenine and thymine, cytosine and guanine and cytosine, thymine and adenine, we know. That is a DNA along base pairs. In DNA present in the nucleus means actually this is actually nucleus. The structure of nucleus and nuclear membrane and the nuclear pores and the chromatin reticulum. In the chromatin reticulum means the DNA and beads on strings like structure. Beads on strings means a small round like structure is known as beads, and around the bead, actually the bead is nothing but this is made up of protein, that is histone protein, and around the bead then the rose color here. This is normally DNA is colorless. For our understanding or ease of understanding we draw in a color manner. So then actually the rose color is actually DNA. This is the beads like structure. This is made up of protein, that is histone protein. Okay, DNA is actually present inside the nucleus. This is actually the structure of nucleus, nuclear membrane and nuclear pore and nucleoplasm. And inside the nucleoplasm, the spiral like the stained area is known as chromatin reticulum, chromatin thread. So in the chromatin thread only contain these structures that beads on strings. So beads means this is actually histone and strings means is nothing but DNA. Okay, the one beads on strings I explain. One particular bead, that is one histone and around the DNA. I explain one by one, listen. This is actually a structure of nucleosome. Just draw in your classwork also, because this is an important drawing for your board examination. See how we are drawing, how I am drawing the nucleosome. Nucleosome is nothing but that is packaged DNA. I explained. First listen the drawing, how I am drawing the draw the drawing. First put the outer line. This is actually I am drawing DNA. Then now I am drawing protein. The round like protein is nothing but histone. Okay. And another one histone also present, that is H1 histone. Okay, this is actually nucleosome. Nucleosome. One nucleosomes. So normally we know the DNA present inside the nucleus in eukaryotic cells. This is actually nucleus. We know that is nucleus. Inside the prokaryotic cells, inside the eukaryotic cells only DNA present inside the nucleus. But in the prokaryotic cells, DNA present inside the nucleoid region. In eukaryotic cells, the DNA is present inside the nucleus because the eukaryotic cells contain a well developed nucleus. But in prokaryotic organisms, the nucleus are absent. So only incipient nucleus or nucleoid are present. So in the nucleoid region, in the incipient nucleus region only, the particular nucleus or the DNA, not nucleus, the DNA are present. Okay, this is actually a nucleus, nuclear membrane, nuclear pores and nucleoplasm. Inside the nucleoplasm, the chromatin thread are present. Chromatin thread, the viewing under the electron microscope. Maybe you know electron microscope is two types, transmission electron microscope and scanning electron microscope. A new version of atomic force microscope also present. So we under the microscope, electron microscope, we view under the microscope means the DNA is like this, beads on strings. Beads means that is one bead explained in a detail. The one bead in the chromatin reticulum is nothing but nucleosome. Okay, this in the nucleosome is actually H1 histone. This is H1 histone. Histone means nothing but a protein. Here, this is yellow color, no? The yellow color is nothing but DNA. Actually, DNA is colorless. For the drawing purpose, I put color. Yellow color is DNA. This is the center part is nothing but this is histone protein. Histone. Upon DNA need histone for the formation. Even H1 histone also, histone and H1 histone. So actually, normally DNA we know that is a negatively charged. DNA is a negatively charged particle, and the histone is actually a positively charged. Due to the presence of some amino acids, the histone protein is positively charged. So in the DNA as a histone as a ball like structure, it is actually aptamer with the 8 molecules of histone to form a aptamer. Then around the protein, around the particular histone protein, the DNA are coiled, because histone is a positively charged and DNA is a negatively charged. So in positively charged histone and around the positively charged histone, the negatively charged DNA circles, because due to attraction DNA is not separated from the histone. For easily not separating, so the arrangement is present, the nucleosomes are present. If you calculate the DNA base pairs, normally this is actually DNA. DNA means normally we contain adenine, thymine, cytosine, guanine, guanine, cytosine, thymine, adenine, like base pairs are present. So in one nucleosome, approximately 200 base pairs are present. In one nucleosome, 200 base pairs of nucleotides are present. Okay. So, how the DNA is packaging, I give a small idea, then one by one. Between two consecutive base pairs, normally we know the DNA, listen, the DNA is actually adenine and thymine, cytosine and guanine, a collection of base pairs. Between one base pairs to another base pair, actually 0.34 nanometer distance. 0.34 nanometer. Nanometer means 10 to the power of minus 9 meter. So, 10 to the power of minus 9 only nanometer, and the normally between two consecutive DNA is actually base pairs, adenine, thymine, then cytosine, guanine, adenine, thymine, cytosine, guanine, various base pairs, only the 4 base pairs is completely already modified in the DNA. Then DNA is actually between one to another base pair 0.34 nanometer. You calculate the how many length. Normally we know the DNA is a long polymer. So, how we calculate the length of the DNA? This is simple calculation. Normally we know the human diploid content 6.6 into 10 to the power of 9 base pairs. In human haploid means, haploid cell means like gamete cells means DNA is 3.3 into 10 to the power of 9 base pairs. But in diploid means 6.6 into 10 to the power of 9. You take a DNA from the nucleus of a human cell, means you separating the DNA, you counting the base pairs means one base pair adenine, thymine, second base pair cytosine, guanine, second base pair adenosine, thymine, adenine. You continuously calculating the base pairs means totally 6.6 into 10 to the power of 9 base pairs are present. In one single cell DNA contain 6.6 into 10 to the power of 9 base pairs, we know. And we know that each between two base pairs 0.34 into 10 to the power of 9. This idea also we know. So, each base pair between, listen, adenine and thymine, cytosine and guanine, between these two, around this, the distance, actually this distance is nothing but 0.34 nanometer. Between two base pairs adenine and thymine and cytosine, guanine 0.34 nanometer distance. So, each base pair 0.34 nanometer, we know the number of base pairs. Number of base pairs in diploid content 6.6 into 10 to the power of 9. Now, 6.6 into 10 to the power of 9 base pairs, each base pair 0.34 means, we calculating means around 2.2 meters of DNA are present. Normally, a single cell has a simple structure. It is not like a meter, it is actually a 10 to the power of minus 6 or 10 to the power of minus 9, in the range of small structure. But you calculating the DNA present in a particular cell is around 2.2 meter. 2.2 meter of DNA. 2.2 meter means 1 meter is approximately 3 feet, 3 long scale. So, your school bench, 3 desk, not 3 desk, 2 desk, 1 cell, 1 human cell DNA you are separating means with the use of some technology, the DNA length of one particular cell is 2.2 meter approximately. So, how the long polymer is arranged inside the cell, inside the nucleus. Normally, nucleus itself 10 to the power of minus 6 only. Nucleus or the diameter, the diameter of a nucleus of a typical eukaryotic cell itself 10 to the power of 6 minus 6. So, in the small nucleus, how the 2.2 meter of DNA is packaged or located. So, it is nothing but with the use of histone and this. Normally, you take a 2.2 meter thread, we counting or shrinking or rotating the thread in a simple ball or simple, we take a simple bead. Simple bead means simple pasimari or a round like structure. So, with the use of simple pasilla, we encircling the particular thread means, and the 2.2 meter thread within a small area we comprising. So, same like DNA length of a single cell is approximately 2.2 meter with the histone, and around the histone protein, here, around the histone protein, the DNA is coiled. And because histone is actually positively charged and the DNA is negatively charged. So, positively charged histone, around the positively charged histone, the negatively charged DNA is encircling. So, it is not wrapped, is correctly wrapped. So, the packaging of DNA is done. So, normally DNA is not scattered in the nucleus. We know normally DNA present inside the nucleus only, sir, but it is not scattered throughout the nucleoplasm. So, one histone and around the histone protein DNA is packed. Then another one histone and DNA, and histone and DNA, and histone and DNA. So same like many histones and DNA is packed inside the nucleus like beads on strings. The bead means a small pasimari, round like structure. So, around the particular histone, the particular DNA is coiled. So, we view under the electron microscope means the particular nucleus and the chromatin reticulum and the nucleosomes all are like beads on strings like structures are present. Here the nucleosome drawing is important for your board exam also. Draw the nucleosome and mention the parts and how nucleosomes are packed, or maybe in a 3-mark level how packaging of DNA helix in the eukaryotic cell. Here actually this is a eukaryotic cell, maybe prokaryotic cells also same like proteins, but the nucleus is not present. Okay, the around the how the DNA is packaged inside the nucleus. Maybe questions are asked. DNA is negatively charged, we know. Histone is a positively charged. Okay, this is actually a packaging of DNA. The long DNA polymer is packed inside the small nucleus with the use of histone and some other proteins. Okay. So, next one is DNA helix. Histone protein we know that is made up of variety of amino acids. Normally in packaging of DNA helix, in histone we know that is a histone is actually inside the DNA or maybe around inside the DNA, and around the histone protein the DNA are coiled, wrapped around the histone protein. So, normally histone protein we know that is a positively charged protein. So, histone is actually a positively charged protein. How the histone is get positive charge? Normally a histone is actually a protein. What is meant by protein? A protein is nothing but a collection of amino acids. Many amino acids. Normally we know in the 11th standard biomolecular lesson we studied various amino acids. Around 20 amino acids are present inside the living organisms or living cell, actually is simply known as magic 20. So, 20 amino acids are present. In what are the amino acids? In the next section we will deal. And lysine, arginine, methionine, proline, aspartic acid, various amino acids are present. In the particular amino acids, the histone is normally a protein contain lysine and arginine, mainly 2 amino acids. Now, more amino acids also present, but the histone contain various amino acids including lysine and arginine is more. So, lysine and arginine is actually a basic amino acids. Basic amino acids join to form means that it's actually a protein is actually positively charged protein. So, histone how become positively charged means due to the presence of lysine and arginine. Okay. Then histone atomer, this is the center part of the histone. Histone is actually, it is a collection of 8 molecules. In drawing simply one histone present like globe like structure, but in practically the histone is a collection of 8 molecules of atomer. So, that is the histone atomer. 8 molecules are present inside the histone. So, only the histone atomer. Then normally we see in the chromatin reticulum is slowly converted into chromosomes only during cell division at the particularly metaphase stage. What is cell division? The one parent cells after some procedures after G1, S and G2 stage, it forms the M phase. The M phase is nothing but cell division, mitosis phase. In cell division, 2 steps, mainly 2 steps. One is karyogenesis, another one is cytokinesis. What is meant by karyogenesis? Karyogenesis means division of nucleus. Division of nucleus is karyogenesis, and division of cytoplasm is cytokinesis. Okay, division of nucleus is karyokinesis, division of cytoplasm is cytokinesis. In karyogenesis 2 stages are present, or in the 4 stages are present like prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. Already you have studied in 11th standard cell division lesson. Prophase, metaphase and anaphase. In prophase, chromatin reticulum slowly condensed like chromosomes. In metaphase stage only the well developed or well stained or well visible chromosomes are in the center part of the cell. So, chromosomes only in metaphase stage, maybe in prophase stage are present, but only in the form of chromatin reticulum. In anaphase stage and telophase stage also present in the form of chromatin reticulum or slightly decondensed or condensed chromosome. The best chromosome are visualized only in metaphase stage of the cell division of mitosis, okay, even meiosis also. So, in metaphase stage only the chromatin, normally this is actually chromatin reticulum with beads on strings like structures. During metaphase stage, the slowly prophase in the nuclear membrane, all the structures are slowly decondensed into chromosomes. You know that is a chromosome, you know the structure of chromosomes. This is actually structure of chromosomes. Okay, this is centromere and the chromatids. This is structure of chromosomes. They are already studied from earlier classes. In chromatin reticulum only slowly during cell division stage converted into chromosomes. Okay. Then additionally then another proteins also present, that is NHC. NHC means non-histone chromosomal protein. Non-histone chromosomal protein. Okay, non-histone chromosomal protein. Normally some persons make mistakes in protein. Normally protein spelling is PROTEIN. Some person TIEN changed, right? So protein is actually PROTEIN only. Okay, so non-histone chromosomal protein are present. What is non-histone chromosomal protein means? Forming of nucleosome, it need histone protein and H1 histone. So in the nucleosome, the chromatin reticulum during cell division stage slowly condensed into chromosomes. This is actually chromosome. So the formation of chromosomes, the particular cell needs some additional protein other than the histone. So for forming chromosomes, the particular chromosome need other than the histone. Okay. The particular protein is nothing but non-histone chromosomal protein. It is important for formation of chromosomes during cell division. So, normally formation of DNA, histone is important. With the histone, around the histone only DNA is wrapped, but in the formation of histones condensed into chromosomes during cell division. For formation of chromosome, for condensation of chromosomes, the chromosomes need a non-histone chromosomal protein, that is NHC, non-histone chromosomal protein. The normally DNA and the nucleus and chromatin reticulum is not colorless. We use stain normally in our practical syllabus also. Then mitosis, to observe the mitosis in onion root tip cells are present. In the next section, I give a practical idea also. Okay, for observing the chromosomes in your normal simple laboratory compound microscope, we need some stain. Stain means we know there is safranin, methylene blue, acetocarmine, hematoxylin, malachite green, variety of stains are present. Methyl orange, various stains are present. The stain is nothing but with the use of stain, we use the stain in the particular specimens means, or in the slide organism means, we see the organism in a colorful manner, differentiate the every structures of the cell. So, for this mitosis practical, we use acetocarmine, a stain, acetocarmine, or maybe we use hematoxylin, or maybe iron hematoxylin also we use. Generally, our school laboratory we use acetocarmine. So, acetocarmine is nothing but the stain, the coloring substance for the coloring the chromosome. So, we take a normal onion cell during cell division stage, the tip of the onion, and observe the particular cell, observe the particular nucleus and observe the particular chromosome. We use acetocarmine stain, means the chromosomes are visible clearly. So, with the use of stain, we staining the particular area of the nucleus. Then in the nucleus, the various nucleoplasm are present. In nucleoplasm, chromatin reticulum are present. In the nucleoplasm, chromatin reticulum are present. Like now, only in cell division stage, only chromosomes are present. In the nucleosomes, particularly in the nucleosomes means in chromatin reticulum, we use acetocarmine stain, means some part of the particular chromatin reticulum stain light. It observes only small amount of stain. So, the part is nothing but euchromatin. So, in the nucleus, chromatin reticulum are present. In the chromatin reticulum, we use stain, the coloring substance, and afterwards we observe means some part of the chromatin reticulum only observes light stain. Light means only observe small amount of stain. So, the particular part of the chromatin reticulum is known as euchromatin. It is actually active for transcription. Transcription, in the next section I give idea. DNA to mRNA, the process is known as transcription. For the protein synthesizing machinery in the cell, transcription is important. Okay. Then the euchromatin is active chromatin because it is lightly stained with the use of some stain we observe under the microscope. And some part of our chromatin reticulum is darkly or densely stained. It absorbs more stain. This is a color. This acetocarmine is nothing but like pink color only, like saffron color only. We observe under the microscope. In some part of the chromatin reticulum is darkly, densely stained. So, that is part is known as heterochromatin. Heterochromatin is actually inactive part. Inactive means heterochromatin is not important for the transcription and the translation process. What is meant by transcription and translation? In the next section, I give a elaborate idea about transcription, how transcription takes place in prokaryotes, how transcription in eukaryotic cells, all translation, what is meant by genetic codes, all this in later sections of this lesson. Okay. So, we use stain for coloring the nucleus. Some part of the chromatin reticulum is lightly stained. The part is known as euchromatin. It is important for transcription. Transcriptionally active chromatin, and some part of the particular chromatin reticulum is densely stained. The part is nothing but heterochromatin, it is actually inactive protein. Okay, inactive part of the nucleus or inactive part of the chromatin reticulum, which is not useful for the transcription process. Okay, not useful for the transcription process. Okay, so far we are completed DNA and packaging of DNA, and what is meant by histone, and what is meant by nucleosome. That is a structure very important for your board exams, and how nucleosomes are formed, how the nucleus, normally nucleus in the chromatin reticulum in the form of beads on strings structure, how the base pairs of DNA is packaged, and what are the proteins other than the histone protein, like a non-histone chromosomal protein. And chromatin reticulum is actually two types, heterochromatin and the euchromatin, lightly stained and darkly stained. All this idea is seen. So next one is how DNA is a genetic material. Normally DNA is a genetic material, we know, but in early days, in 1950s or 1940s, 1930, so the scientists not know the DNA is the genetic material. In this time, protein also a genetic. Scientists imagine protein maybe, or maybe RNA, or maybe DNA. So three biomolecules like DNA, RNA and protein may be a genetic material, but after various research and experiment, DNA is the genetic material. The scientists are proved. How the scientists are proved DNA is the better genetic material with the use of some experiments. Okay, these experiments also important for your board exams. Okay. So previously DNA is first time the DNA is identified by the Mendel. So it is not DNA, it's actually a factor. So Mendel, Gregor John Mendel only, the father of genetics, we know. The first Mendel only, Gregor John Mendel only, is research in garden pea plant and formulated some substances present in the nucleus, which is only inheriting the characters from one generation to next generation. The substance is actually factors in Mendel's words. The factors only in later it is known as gene, but afterwards measure, already I have studied, is named as nuclein. So inside the nucleus some acidic substance are present. The acidic substance only carries the information from one generation to the next generation. The acidic substance is nothing but nuclein, named by Frederick Mesher, and in after 1926 only. So in Mendel's 1865 to all the 40 to 50, 60 years. So research related to the genetic material is moving into the directly into the molecular level in the nucleus. So where the nucleus are present, in which part of the nucleus the genetic material are present. The genetic material may be protein, or may be DNA, or may be RNA. Which one is a better genetic material? Which one is a genetic material? All the scientists narrow their research to the chromosomes, in molecular level. In 1926, after 1926 only, the DNA research is become enlarged, and it's into the molecular level. Then already I have studied Gregor John Mendel and Walter Sutton and T.H. Morgan, Thomas Hunt Morgan is performed research in Drosophila melanogaster. We in the plant particular animals all we know. Okay, this is T.H. Morgan and Drosophila melanogaster. That is not a fruit fly. So various scientists formulated various research and identified which one is DNA. And DNA is the genetic material. Normally we know here in our 2020 we know the DNA is a genetic material. Majority of the organism DNA is a genetic material. Some organisms, some viruses RNA also act as a genetic material. But in 1926, to 1940, 1950, the various scientists performed various research to search for the genetic material. where the genetic material are present. Which one is regarded as a genetic material? Maybe a protein, or maybe a lipids, or maybe a amino acids. Which one is a genetic material? So various scientists performed various research, and after some experiments only, scientists concluded DNA is a genetic material in majority of the organisms. Okay. In next, how the research is moving. The first research, this is transforming principle in one by one material, research material we have seen.